And the reality is, if you look at the whole Han situation in relation to the Sinquefield Cup in that game, like, a lot of what people were saying, a lot of what people believed was based off of top players. So like, when people, people can get mad at me for that whole thing and that whole brouhaha and whatever else, but the reality is, like, my information was coming from these same top players who are now saying that everybody online is cheating. I'm not particularly amused by the Fabiano stuff. Like, it's literally nonsense. And I don't know if he's playing it up just because he just wants to get clicks on YouTube by being controversial or what. But I mean, there's nothing good that can come from this. Like, when Fabiano says, like, he's, that it's for the good of chess, it's not, because essentially it's like trying to discredit online chess. And if you want to discredit chess.com, fine. Like Fabiano is essentially trying to discredit chess.com, and effectively he's going to hurt his own income or his own career. If chess.com vanishes tomorrow, that's, a lot of money that professional players will not be making. So I really do question, like, exactly why he's doing this. But like, it's not based in reality. That's the problem with it. But the simple reality is that like, I've played a lot online. There are a lot of these IMs that I play who, like, they play great openings, I lose game time, and you just realize the more and more you play online, the more you realize just how good players are these days. Cheating in Title Tuesday does happen, there's no doubt about it. But trying to use these blanket statements is not very smart. I just don't really believe that. Like, I think it's either like a couple of people who are finishing near the top that people can be suspicious of, but nonetheless, that's nowhere near what Fabiano is saying. Like, if you want the spicy take, my spicy take would be, I think there's probably a 5 to 10% chance that in the first 4 games you'll run into a random FM or IM who might be cheating. So yeah, that's my general takeaway. Is like, if you say first 4 games, fine, but to imply that, like, the people who are like, he's making it sound like it's like widespread across everywhere. Like, it's like top players are doing it, like the people who went into the prize money are doing it. Like, I just don't believe that. I'm sorry. Because, people can hate me for saying this, but I'll say it anyway. And the reality is, if you look at the whole Han situation in relation to the Sinquefield Cup in that game, like, a lot of what people were saying, a lot of what people believed was based off of top players. So like, when people, people can get mad at me for that whole thing and that whole brouhaha and whatever else. But the reality is, like, people wonder, like, why did I talk about the topic so seriously? What's going on? This, that, the other thing. And my information was coming from these same top players who are now saying that everybody online is cheating. And I just don't really believe it. I just don't believe it.